There he is, number one in the rankings, Italo Ferreira, coming up against a wild card, Jorgann Couzinet, who's got the call up to come into competition when starting here. Replay of Italo Ferreira, Mitch.
Yeah, this one just a 2.67 for number one in the world currently on the IC replay. Looking for the floater at the end. And just a slip right there, which is pretty uncharacteristic for the world champion. Beautiful carve right there to start things off with Timmy Patterson underneath his feet. And right there at the end, you see right here when he finishes the floater, it seemed like he was just a little off balance. Seems like Jorgann, the Frenchman, gonna be up.
Jorgann Couzinet, and just that cut to the rail on the bottom turn. Just got to bail on that wave, but there wasn't a lot on that wave anyway. So
it's probably gonna be one of his top two, but shouldn't necessarily be a keeper score right there for Al.
Live action, catching up with the finish for Italo Ferreira.
Pretty stock standard right there for the former world champ. Nice little hop right there for Italo.
Here's what happened.
So there's the full wave right here. A lot of speed going on. It took him a good amount of distance to cover just to be able to get to the...
Before going out against the current world number one. And he said he told him it's his moment. Jorgann has nothing to lose and you deserve to be here. So he's using the board to tell him where to go. And when I was catching up with Jorgann a little bit earlier in the competition, he said the same thing. Once he saw this matchup against Italo Ferreira.
Equals a lot of duck diving. Here's Italo Ferreira on his last wave.
I love this combo. Goes for the layback carve and then actually gets the fins out the back on that second one.
Believing he deserves to be here and he can do incredible things against some of the world's best.
As we see live action of Jorgann Couzinet putting together a nice couple of turns on the left. 100%, that's going to get him back into the heat. Here's Jorgann Couzinet.
And a late takeoff right here for the French surfer. Under the lip snap. Had to resource for, or try to take a different kind of angle right there.
My feeling is exactly what you're saying. I think it's going to put him right back in the game. Ferreira off the bottom, slashes off the top, looking down the line for something more. Ooh. Big floater, and have paid for that one to the midsection.
Ouch. Have to climb your leash as we look at IC replay right here. Really just the setup carve and then not enough speed to come out of that full loader cleanly, but it seemed like his front foot just slipped off when he was coming out of it.
This is not a happy landing. This is...
Oh, man.
It was that board to the midsection, okay? You hit in the solar plex, and Italo's shaper.
Look at Reynos.
And his coach right there. A lot of consequence when a floater goes wrong. Italo Ferreira looking down the line and just bounces that one away. But we saw Italo, what could go wrong on a floater in his previous wave.
Exactly. You know, Jordy right here, got to be cautious of where Junior's going to be positioning himself. Here's Italo now.
Guy catches a lot of waves, doesn't he? But throws that one away. That was wave number 6 for Italo Ferreira, and he's still in the first half of his heat. To live action at 2 minutes remaining between Jordy and Al Cleland. There's the entirety of the heat spelled out for you. Italo Ferreira, energized, pops it up, forces the revert, gets caught in the whitewater. Opportunity now to Jorgann Couzinet in the non-priority heat. In the priority heat, it's all about Al Cleland Jr. looking for a 5.17, 90 seconds remaining. This should be a simple block if Al even paddles for it. We'll see what happens.
Junior's got to go on this Kaipo. He has no other option.
Hard, but like this is the type of day that I seem to thrive. I was like, yeah, if you can find clean waters, you know, with the power surfing that he has, he could do a lot of damage, and Italo's up and riding.
Italo loading up here.
There we go.
Rotation.
That's Italo.
It's a big one. And he ain't done yet. He'll get another to finish, and that's the exact moment that we were waiting for.
Here's Italo's replay. But big error. He just always is pulling that stuff out, and then even just another snap into another little pop. But he's so entertaining, you know. You never know what this guy is walking around the locker room too, and you're just like, he's just in his own world, and then he paddles out, and he's so like locked in all the time. But that was pretty sick. What do you think? Scores?
I mean, it's definitely going to be the best score of the heat. We haven't seen it in an air so far, and he combed it up pretty nicely as well. Like, the wave obviously died off and lacked a little bit of energy in the end.
His girlfriend liked it.
She was fired up before he paddled out to the heat, and he found one right there. So far, looking good for Ramsey.
I feel like they're really pushing that, and it's like really making you feel like you got to rip to get a good score right now.
Italo on the backhand. Slice in the pocket. Another one. A little hung with that. And he's acrobatic and he's nimble, but even he can't quite pull down the last section.
And then this thing right here, I mean, this guy is such an energizer bunny. He just never stops swinging for the fences. I mean, he's taken some pretty heavy wipeouts in this heat already, but it doesn't look like he's affected. Really hard to ride out of that last section, though, huh?
Yeah.
Couzinet into it here, in full swing. The tag and end section will need to make this, which he just about does eventually. After a couple of errors from him.
Oh, broke the board.
Okay.
Looks good. He found that good right, and then there we go, Couzinet.
Is this the way he broke his board on? Or do it prior?
I think it was this end section here, was it?
That's it. Come through there, just that thing just took him. He pushed through.
It's going to be a tough ask for him. Meanwhile, let's check out the yellow jersey. Italo, he'll load up here, widens the stance. And a rotation that pushed out pretty wide. He'll just take that out the back for the incomplete.
For so long, you know, you can really feel like, oh, like, okay, I'm a rookie, you know, like this is all new for me. Here's Italo. Going big, oh gosh. But yeah, you can definitely come on and like feel the feeling of being a rookie and kind of be like looking at everyone like, oh, these guys have more experience here.
He's, you know, they're moving the whole area.
WSL rugby team.
Yeah.
Couzinet will boost here and he'll put it down. Not had a great heat. He has improved with his last number. He's put his requirement down. It's under the excellent range now, but
yeah, it's definitely a mental thing, you know, like if you're doing some like decent surfing and it's coming in as fours, you know, it's kind of it's hard, like that's like what you have in like a bad dream or something.
Yeah.
But